You're giving your all to your job in hopes of getting promotion. You're giving your all into a relationship in hopes of taking your relationship to the next level. You're giving your all to everyone and everything outside of yourself, and you're not getting anywhere. And you're wondering, why is that? Giving your all to everything and everyone outside of you will get you nowhere. And it's because your desperation makes you an easy target. People know when people need them. People know when people are desperate, and they will take advantage of that because we live in a very selfish, narcissistic society. People take advantage of any opportunity they can get of someone's generosity, of someone's kindness, of someone's niceness. And so when you are overly giving to other people and places and things, people will latch onto that and hold on to that and never give you what you deserve in return. Why would they? Why would they need to? They didn't even have to do anything to gain your access, to gain your charisma, to gain your kindness, to gain your energy. So why would they give you anything in return when you have already given them everything for free? All this time, all this energy you are pouring into people and places and things is getting you nowhere when you should be pouring all those things into yourself. When you pour all of your energy and all of your time, all of your love, all of your care into yourself, you can more easily look out for who is for me, who is not for me, what is for me, what is not for me. And so then you're not just giving easy access to just any and everyone. People will take advantage of whatever they are given. So if you are giving all of yourself to everyone else, who's gonna give to you? When you give to yourself and you let people give to you and then you give in return, there's an equal give and take. There's an overflowing of generosity, of energy, of love there. But when you're not allowing other people to show you who they are first before you give yourself to them, you're just draining your own energy. You're letting people take advantage of you. On top of that, honestly, you're letting people control you. When you are that desperate for love, when you're that desperate to have that promotion, that desperate to have that job, people can sense that, and it will only let people take advantage of you even more. Desperation makes you an easy target. So are you going to allow yourself to be an easy target, or are you going to set those firm boundaries and let people know, like, hey, I know I'm valuable, I know that I'm worthy. You have to step up to the plate. You have to meet my standard before you can get access to me. This is a hard truth, but most people, most places, most situations are not going to be worth your time. They're not going to be worth your energy. And that is just the hard truth. That is the world that we live in. But that's why you have to vet. That's why you have to take your time to get to know people, to get to know situations before you give 100% to everything. Just because you're giving 100% to something doesn't mean it's going to give 100% to you. Doesn't mean that you deserve that 100% in return. You can't give and have the expectation of receiving. You have to allow yourself to understand what's going on. Once you understand what is going on, then you can decide, okay, this job deserves 60% of my energy today. You know what? This relationship deserves 20% of my energy. Don't ever give 100% straight away without the proof of how much you're going to receive. People will always say guard your heart. There's a reason why they're saying guard your heart. They're not saying to be cold-hearted. They're not saying to be bitter. What they're saying is be loving, be kind, but be very selective about how much of that generosity you are giving to other people. You can't just give 100% of yourself immediately. You might want to give maybe 20% because that's what you're receiving in return. You might want to give 60% because that's what you're receiving in return. As soon as you give your all to someone or something who hasn't even earned that much of your time and energy, you are doing nothing but depleting yourself. You're doing nothing but making yourself desperate. You're doing nothing but making yourself an easy target to be taken advantage of. Giving your all to everything but yourself will get you nowhere. And don't get me wrong, I had to learn that the hard way. I would work so hard at every job that I had. I would give 100%. In the relationships I was in, the friendships that I was in, I would give 100% of myself immediately. And then as time would go on, I would notice I would start to get depressed. I would start to get frustrated. I would start to get overwhelmed, and I didn't understand why. And it was because what I was pouring into wasn't pouring into me. What I was pouring into wasn't serving me. So I was giving all this energy, all this time away to people and places and situations that were sucking the life out of me. But when I take the time to vet, when I take the time to ask questions, when I take the time to get my clarity before I decide who deserves access to me, who doesn't deserve access to me, not only is that a form of self-love and self-care, but it allows me to not get hurt. It allows me to be more selective and more smart about my energy, because our energy is our currency. Our energy is our superpower. And if you're not smart about where you pour that energy, you will struggle. You will be sad. You will be depressed. You will be frustrated. You will be angry. And I want everyone everyone to live a more fulfilling life. And I start to live a more fulfilling life when I was able to set more boundaries with people. When you have a bright light, when you shine bright, you will be extremely attractive to people. And people will take advantage of that if you let them. And I want you to vet before you let them in. Just because they're giving you attention, just because they're there, just because they're giving you compliments doesn't mean they deserve your time and energy. It just means they want to be in your energy. So release the desperation, release that need to have someone or something in your life. If you feel like you need someone instead of wanting someone, because again, needing and wanting are two different things. If you feel like you need someone in your life, you need a situation, you need a job in your life, there's a void within you that you feel as though needs to be fulfilled outside of yourself. But when you come to that realization that that void can be fulfilled from you, that you can fulfill that void in some shape or form, you're going to be invincible, you're going to be unstoppable, and you're not going to have this desperate energy of, I need this thing, this person, this job in my life, because you realize that you know how to fulfill yourself on your own. It's nice if the job comes along, it's nice if the relationship comes along, but at the end of the day, you don't need it, because you have you at the end of the day. You came into this world by yourself, you're going to leave this world by yourself. And so when you learn to have self-fulfillment, when you learn to self-regulate, everything else just becomes the cherry on top. You don't need anything. You can want it, but you don't need it. That is the epitome of self-love, is knowing what is worthy of my energy and what is not. When you learn to transition from needing to wanting, you're golden. You're going to be so much more fulfilled. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It might be a little rocky at first. It's something that takes used to doing. You have to train yourself. You have to train your mind to vet, to take your time to get to know someone, to take your time to get that information before you make that decision. And it takes practice. But practice makes perfect. Practice makes progress. Practice will get you where you need to be. So be more selective. Fulfill that void within yourself and realize that if you continue to be desperate, if you continue to need someone or something, you are letting people control you. You are letting people take advantage of you. And we are not going to be an easy target anymore. Know your worth. Love yourself. Vet. Set those boundaries. And don't be taken advantage of.